on Trisha. Race haters.
I hate being black.
I find my race to be ignorant.
If it ain't white, it ain't right.
His family is plotting to end his happy relationship. They're trying to split you up.
Trying to get him with other women.
But I'm not going.
Why? Because his fiancée is a white woman.
I just don't understand why Al has to date out of his own race.
But racism is a two-way street.
Man, black chicks, all they got their hands out. They say, all this for something, but nothing. Super naive, he gonna keep doing it.
Race haters. He rejects his heritage because he feels his heritage rejects him.
I hate my race because the way I was teased, the way I was picked on, and I'd rather be a white person myself. The lighter, the more beautiful you are.
Race haters. Both Starr and Willis refuse to date people of their own race.
I would never, ever date a black woman again.
All the black men that I've met are really ghetto. They're lazy. I won't allow my son to play with any black children.
The black half of your child that came out of the non-black you, that is the child that needs to learn to love themselves, okay? And that's something that you can't do.
Race haters. Plus, this DNA test blurs the lines of racial division.
Wow, that is way different than I thought I was.
I'm a little shocked.
It's shocking.
Today on Trisha.
This is Tina and her fiancé Al. Now, they've been together for 4 years. They're raising a beautiful baby girl, Ella. Isn't she a cutie? And they're engaged. Picture perfect, you might think. Well, not quite. You see, Al's younger brother, Chris, and his wife, Ashli, refuse to accept Tina because she's white. That's right, and they're so steadfastly against interracial dating, they've made it their mission to break up this couple and find Al a new black girlfriend.
Yeah, that's right.
So let's listen to what Chris and his wife Ashli have to say.
My brother-in-law Al is a good guy, but he needs to stop dating white women.
My brother's white girlfriend is a sneak and a phony, and I believe she's gonna be his downfall.
I am not a racist, but I just don't understand why Al has to date out of his own race.
Al thinks he's sitting on gold by dating white women, but he's sitting on fool's gold.
Al needs to try something new in the dating game. A black woman would be better for him. My husband's always telling Al that Tina is not good for him.
I will never approve of my brother's relationships with white women.
And when Al is mad at Tina, he calls her a cracker. That's not right, but if we do it, it's racist.
I want him to find a more ethnic woman. I believe this will make him a better man.
Al needs to grow up and stop acting like he's afraid to date his own kind.
Wow.
Okay.
So, Tina, what are some of the things that Ashli and Chris say about you?
Oh, that I bring Al down, that I'm no good for him, that he deserves better, I'm lazy, I don't do this, I don't do that. Man, it ain't got nothing to do with what I do or don't do for him. It's got to do with the color of my skin. That is it. That is it. That is it. That is it.
But Al, how does it make you feel to hear your own brother say things like that?
Well, I love my brother, Trish. Don't get me wrong. I love him with all my heart. But I feel like this. Who I do and what I do is my business. You love me for the man I am.
Ah.
You feel me? You support me through all wrongs and rights.
Al, do you date black women?
No, I don't. I used to, I have 3 black children. But I learned a lesson in the past by dealing with black women. If it ain't white, it ain't right. Yeah.
So, hang on. Whoa. Now,
That's right, I'm talking about.
Al. Now, Tina, have you experienced prejudice being the partner of a black man?
Absolutely.
Like what sort of things?
Absolutely. All the time.
Give me some examples.
I can tell you one case that time that just sits in my mind. There were 2 young black mothers. They both had babies.
Yeah.
He and I got on the bus with our daughter. I asked him to hold Ella for a second. I said, can you take Ella? He was sitting holding her. Oh, daddy's baby, daddy's baby. The girls start saying, now see, this is what pisses me off. Stay with a white woman and their baby, but they leave us with our babies. Loud where we could hear.
Wow. And where the little girl. And do you, on the other hand, let me ask you this,
Yes.
Al, Do you experience other people making judgments about you because you're with a white woman?
All the time.
What sort of things, apart from your family?
Well, they tell me that a black woman is the best thing for me because they have, quote unquote, a strong structure. No, they don't. Not to me.
And is this what your brother and his wife are saying to you?
Oh yeah, all times try to hook me up with black women.
They actually
at functions and everything.
While we're together, they're trying to. We have a daughter together.
And they're trying to split you up.
Trying to get him with other women.
But I'm not going. I'm not going.
So why? What do they think a black woman can do for you that?
Nothing. Nothing.
Well, that's obviously not what they're saying. Do you think they'll ever be able to accept Tina?
I don't know, but that's why I came here today to see will they accept her for the woman she is, because this is my family.
But what happens if they don't? What happens if they can never accept Tina because of the color of her skin?
Well, that's my brother.
Yeah.
And brother, I sure hate to say this, but I got to ride.
Wow.
Because you my blood. You supposed to accept me and my family as a whole, just like I accept you and your family, regardless of what culture you decide to sleep with or what. I love you, bruh.
Okay. So I think it's time we meet this brother and sister-in-law. Let's meet Chris and Ashli. Come on out. I want to hear the reasoning. Hi, have a seat.
How you doing, man?
They love each other, these guys. Hi, welcome. Now, okay, so what is the problem with your brother being with this lady?
Yes, what is the problem?
Yeah, tell me, man.
It's all the white women he's messed with or dated in the last 10 years.
all the
it's
white
not
women.
just
I'm
started
me.
now.
I'm
it's
Tina.
before this.
I ain't trying to hear that,
You've
man.
seen it, but you act just like the rest of them.
It started before this.
I act like me. I act like me, and I am me, and I do me.
Hang on, wait.
It started before this. Me and him going through a struggle way before he got with
what went
her.
on before me.
Ashley, you said you're just like the rest of them. What do you mean? White women were like,
The past ones he been with, like,
what do you mean? Like, how's she like the rest of them?
none of them last, just like with her.
And?
What you mean, and?
We've been together longer than any other person he's been with.
So that's you.
Because I've had his back.
Because you want to be the
I've had his
baby
back.
anyone else.
I've had his
You can take care of
back.
baby
I've
from a
had his
distance.
back.
Man,
You know what?
I'm not going to take care of this one from a distance. I'm going to support her, this
Okay.
white
And
woman,
I support
and
the
the
white
next
back.
white kid that ever decide to have.
do everything for me.
If you could split this couple up and get your brother with a woman of color, would you do it?
Exactly.
It ain't happening.
I put him on Sunday in the heartbeat.
Ain't white, it ain't
put him on
It ain't happening. Keep trying.
It ain't white, it ain't
Later,
right.
he talking because he on TV.
Man, I'm telling you what's happening. I'm telling you what's happening. I love the
Comes
cracker.
home every night, believe it.
Chris, if you were looking into the audience there, what kind of, Chris and Ashley, if you were looking into the audience, what kind of woman do you see your brother with?
Sister
Wanna
over
cook
there,
and
I
have
see
me
a
fat with high
Hispanic
blood
woman
pressure,
over there.
diabetes.
I see a sister back
Okay,
there.
well, how
I
about
mean,
this?
So why?
and this is what it boiled down to.
Right.
Her people calling him.
Oh, what?
He calling her crack. Her people don't. If he needs something, he can't just run to her people and get it.
Oh, but you know what? My people
But
might
he
say
gonna come
something, but they
to me.
still help us, don't they?
He
Y'all
gonna
ain't
run
been
to
there
me.
for
He
nothing
gonna run to
for
me.
him.
They don't accept
I'm
you.
not worried
Y'all
about
ain't
what
doing
she talking
nothing.
about.
Just
Why not? Why you
Because
ain't
at the
worried about
end
what
of
she
the day,
talking about, bro?
me and him gonna talk. If he needs something from me and I give it to him, I know where he going with it and he's still talking the same jazz,
But
and
that's-
I'm tired of it.
That's
But what
my
about,
home
can
front.
I ask?
That's my home
Well,
front. So whatever it
you
takes to
do
my
the
home
same
front
thing.
to be on point, that's what's gonna
Can
happen.
I
Whether I
ask
get it
you-
from
Put
you
something in your
or the
drink,
man in
man.
the street.
We're going to take a break and we'll be back. Up next.
Man, black
Hang on.
chicks, all they got their hands. They always want something or nothing. They the one who started the
He's
domestic
messing with
violence.
her because he thinks
Black
she's super
women
naive and he
started
gonna keep
domestic
doing it.
Oh! Coming up,
I hate being black. I won't allow my son to play with any black children. And he better not date any women of color.
and later.
I'd rather be a white person myself. The lighter, the more beautiful you are.
Race haters.
If it ain't white, it ain't right.
Today on Trisha.
My brother-in-law Al is a good guy, but he needs to stop dating white women.
My brother's white girlfriend is a sneak and a phony, and I believe she's gonna be his downfall.
I am not a racist, but I just don't understand why Al has to date out of his own race.
I will never approve of my brother's relationships with white women.
Al needs to grow up and stop acting like he's afraid to date his own kind.
What is the problem with your brother being with this lady?
Yes, what is the problem?
Yeah, tell me.
It's all the white women he's messed with or dated in the last 10 years.
All the
It's
white
not
women.
just
I'm
starting
me.
now.
I'm
It's
Tina.
before this.
If you could split this couple up and get your brother with a woman of color, would you do it?
Exactly.
I saw a picture, can we see that picture again, of their little girl?
Yeah.
So if you dislike the white...
No, that's my baby right there.
No, but she's half white.
That's your
my
baby.
baby.
She's half white.
She ain't white. You the
Yes,
daddy.
she is. Her mama is
Any
white.
child is the daddy black, the kid black.
She is white.
Now, you had a white man like your other son, the Caucasian,
No,
he
my
yellow.
son is not white. My other son is not white.
Man, be for real.
That's Colombia. That's far.
Black too, man.
Black women, Colombian men, white
his
women.
excuse
so maybe
is,
it's just...
Hang on, just one...
chicks be tripping.
They so
What's
do
tripping?
be
White chicks be tripping.
You don't think they be
White chicks
tripping?
put you in jail.
Man, black
Hang on.
chicks, all they got their hands out. They always want something for nothing.
Nothing
You
but
feel me?
white women.
They ain't
Hang on,
trying to work
one
and bust
conversation.
their ass. You feel me?
That's who puts him in jail.
Tell me what they doing now. Come on now, you want me to keep
Okay,
going?
one
They
conversation
are very
at
abusive. Yes.
Who abusive?
Black women.
See, that's his excuse. That's his cover.
They the ones who started
He
domestic
messing with
violence.
her because he thinks
Black
she's super
women
naive and he
started
gonna keep
domestic
doing it.
violence.
Thinking he gonna
hang
come
on.
up.
Black women started
Okay,
domestic violence. Not the way they Y'all the one who messed it up for us.
Right, excuse me.
A black woman is the reason why both of them have breath in their bodies. So him not dating a black
Hey,
woman.
but check this out. When the black women put the breath in our body, the white women to make sure that we were still safe afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get out, you don't know if you're gonna live.
Wow.
So she sucked all that stuff up out of us and blow breath in her, and we here, baby.
Right, yes, sir.
So what I'm seeing is a lot of racism, whether it's towards black or towards white. I just see a lot of it here today, and it really upsets me because my dad is Hispanic. He's Latino. His family's from Mexico. It took a long time for my mom's father to accept my dad. Years. Eventually they got over it and they became best friends. You should allow the opportunity to get to know her and to allow her to be part of the family if that's what he wants.
This is
Thank you.
How can we allow her to be a part of the family when he's mad at her? She's cracker, she's this, she's that.
He lay with
talking
her.
bad
That's
about
close
her.
enough.
That's
And then you
my
upsetting your
crack.
family
Tell me
because
again,
you expect
baby.
her
Okay,
to be
yeah,
okay
let
with
me
her.
come.
my crack.
Yes, yes. Okay,
feel me?
yeah, what are you
So
going to
she's
say?
my crack.
Hang on, just let me
Everything
hear from
falls
this
in place.
lady. Yes?
I wanted to know, you had said that white is right. How do you raise your other 3 kids? Do you make your child feel like superior?
I'll tell you that. I'll
Let's
answer
see
that
this.
question. My kids today, no. I love all of mine as a whole. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but you got to be careful. If you're saying if it ain't white, it ain't right, your other kids are
That's
going to
the
be
woman
hurt.
I choose.
Huh?
White women, no black women. If it ain't no white woman, it ain't right.
So you don't have, your boys
My
are black?
kids in the past are older. I have younger interracial kids. I have a son that's black, Mexican, and Puerto Rican. My
Right.
daughter there is black and white.
Okay, yes.
Why hasn't he married her? Why hasn't he married you?
We're engaged, man.
But you already have a child.
She called him he called her crack and they
sorry?
take the rain
Hold on
back
a
every
second.
week.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't ever use the ER when I talk to him, okay?
Hey.
No, I don't.
Yes.
I just wanted to say things like spirituality and honesty and integrity and a sense of humor are incredibly difficult to find. And so why would you narrow your choices?
Thank you very much, down to the color of the skin. Yes, sir.
I just want to know, I don't see a problem with people who love each other dating outside the race, but I find it very strange. Each time that occurs, there's always the black person doesn't want to be with another black person, the white person doesn't want to be with another white person. What's the problem? It's okay to date. You should date anybody that you love. Why just be exclusive with that person? You always have a problem with the other race. that means you hate yourself. That's what it
I was
means.
gonna say it's within.
Self-hatred.
Exactly.
It's self-hatred. That's all it is.
Jackie, Willis, seriously, we're talking about race. I just wanted to. No, we're going to take a break because I want to share something with you, and we need to go on to where this ends, because somewhere along the line, surely you're going to have to accept the person that your brother chooses to love, because his little girl is going to grow up, and if his little girl hears anything from any adult dissing any part of her heritage, it will affect her.
But you know where?
We'll be back after this. We'll be back after this. Coming up.
I find my race to be ignorant and just plain ghetto. I would never ever date a black woman again.
I hate being black. I won't allow my son to play with any black children. And he better not date any women of color.
And later.
The black half of your child that came out of the non-black you, that is the child that needs to learn to love themselves, okay?
Well,
and that's something that you can't do.
Haters.
If it ain't white, it ain't right.
Today on Trisha.
Sitting on stage are Starr and Willis. Now, Starr and Willis are strangers meeting for the first time today. However, they have something critical in common. You see, both Starr and Willis refuse to date people of their own race. In fact, Starr says she absolutely hates being black, and every day she wishes she was white. And get this, she won't even let her 4-year-old son play with other black children. Now, before we judge, let's be fair and listen to what both Starr and Willis have to say.
I could never see myself in a relationship with a black woman. I find my race to be ignorant and just plain ghetto.
I hate being black. I don't like the fact that I get judged because of the color of my skin. So I tell people I'm mixed. It makes my life a lot easier.
Black women have scorned me with their lying and cheating ways and all of their baby daddies. It was a black woman who stole $60 from me when I was on a date that I did not even want to be on. I would be crazy to ever date or trust a black woman again.
I wear contacts now, either blue or green, because I hate the regular black people brown eyes. My son knows he is never allowed to eat fried chicken. That is way too much of a black thing.
I don't care what other people think. My chemistry with white women is amazing, and I'm happy.
The lighter, the better. That's exactly why I'm planning on bleaching my skin. I won't allow my son to play with any black children, and he better not date any women of color.
Black women just turn me off, period.
I will never, ever accept the black race.
So, let's find out why. So, Starr, let's start with you. Why do you hate being black?
I hate being black because just the way that I was treated, especially with my career. I'm always picked on, I'm always teased, I'm always told that I'm too dark.
So do you do things specifically to be less black?
I do. Everything from dyeing my hair to changing the color of my eyes to now I'm actually researching how to lighten up my skin so I'm not as dark. And I am so much better if I was lighter. I am much better that I'm lighter.
So as an African American, do you think of yourself as...
I'm not African American.
Oh.
Please don't call me that.
So what do you call yourself?
I am Eritrean and Panamanian.
Is that what you really are, or is that what you...
That's what I am in the category of, and like I said before, it really does make my life a lot easier. If I was to claim the black race and classify myself as a black woman, I probably would not have a job.
Okay.
I can
So would you date a black man?
Absolutely not. I've dated a black man when I was younger, and I got beat every single day to the point I almost got killed.
Right.
All the black men that I've met are really ghetto. They're really disrespectful. They're rude. They're lazy, and it just doesn't work. I find myself more happy with another race than I do with any race of color.
So let me talk to Willis. Willis, then in that case, Starr not being an African American woman, being
Eritrean and Panamanian.
Yeah. Does that mean you would date her?
Absolutely no. I would never ever date a black woman again. Never.
Why?
Not
Why
gonna happen.
Why not? Hang
Never.
on.
See, and it's people like that, it's men like that.
Well, I have a laundry list of reasons. There was an incident where I had a relationship, on the line relationship with a woman. I never ever saw a day in my life, invited her over to my home. I asked her to sit down, wait a minute, so I can go out the room, come back in, surprise her. I had left some money on my laptop. It was $60. She took $60 off a laptop. The laptop was $2,000.
But Willis, just because one woman took $60 from you, is that why you've got it in for all black women? Can you list for me what are the kind of things that you see wrong with black women?
I think when I say ghetto, I mean that whenever I have communication, I'm talking back and forth, there's a problem. I think because I don't use slang, or I don't have this swag thing, whatever it might be, there's a problem with the communication, and therefore I have a problem. And like I said, it's constantly, it's arguments, it's fights, you know what I'm saying? It's
so hang on just a minute. So Starr, it seems that you two have met each other's dream then. So Willis must be your dream man.
Absolutely not.
Why not?
He's just out here.
He's articulate. He doesn't seem ghetto.
No, but he also doesn't want to date black women.
Coming up, who do you choose to look like?
I want to look like me. I just want lighter skin. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
The black half of your child that came out of the non-black you, that is the child that needs to learn to love themselves, okay? And that's something that you can't do.
And later.
I'd rather be a white person myself. The lighter, the more beautiful you are.
You are the problem.
Get off my stage.
Race haters.
If it ain't white, it ain't right.
Today on Trisha.
I could never see myself in a relationship with a black woman. I find my race to be ignorant and just plain ghetto.
I hate being black. I don't like the fact that I get judged because of the color of my skin. So I tell people I'm mixed. It makes my life a lot easier. I wear contacts now, either blue or green, because I hate the regular black people brown eyes. My son knows he is never allowed to eat fried chicken. That is way too much of a black thing.
I don't care what other people think. My chemistry with white women is amazing, and I'm happy.
So, as an African American, do you think of yourself?
I'm not African American.
Oh.
Please don't call me that.
Would you date a black man?
Absolutely not.
I would never ever date a black woman again.
What's the point of claiming a black race when your own people constantly belittle you and talk about you and won't even allow you to be around them because you're not ghetto enough or you're not hood enough or because you didn't grow up in this hood?
I think most black women are insecure anyway, so.
Have we got a microphone? Who was the person talking? Yes, what are you going to say?
What's your name again?
Willis.
Willis, I think you made a lot of bad decisions in your past. And Hold on.
You may be making a bad decision right now yourself, if you think about it.
Why?
You might be making a bad decision
How?
by judging me, and you have no idea whom I might be. Therefore, you might be making a bad decision yourself.
You told the audience that you let some woman in your home who you didn't know.
You probably need to look in the mirror.
You invited her into your home, and you got upset because she stole money from you. But you didn't even know this woman. Why would you let her into your home? As an African American woman, I have a degree. I am very articulate. Hold on. As an African American woman, I have a degree. I am very articulate. I am not ghetto. I conduct myself in an orderly fashion. And honestly, you discourage women like me who are single looking for black men with you having that type of mentality.
Thank you. All right, let me ask you, what do you think about what Starr had to say?
I think, Starr, you're a beautiful girl.
Thank you.
And
Do you see her as a black girl, though?
I do see her as an African-American girl. I think Starr, you've been hurt, and it's honestly, it's a self-esteem issue. It doesn't matter if you bleach your skin or turn yourself a different color.
I have very high
self-esteem, about who you are.
I have very high self-esteem, but I do understand that in order to function in this world, I'm a mother, so I have a responsibility.
Would you be happy if your son brought home a black
I wouldn't, because I know I can't change the world, but what I can do is I can encourage my child to lighten up things so he doesn't have to go through what I went through. So he doesn't. Yes, sir.
I think it's unfortunate that neither of you have any respect for yourselves, because ultimately that's what this is about.
I have a lot of respect for myself.
I'm sorry, I'm talking.
I
listen to you.
No,
I'm sorry, but I'm talking right now, and I listen to you. And you have no respect for yourself. And the fact that you have, I'm sorry, I wasn't talking to you right then either. So you can be quiet, okay? Because you want to talk about people being ghetto and uneducated, then guess what? I can take my 2 college degrees, put those to the side, and I can get real ghetto and uneducated up here.
That's just fine.
So let me tell you something, okay? Because neither of you love yourselves enough. So honestly, we don't want anything to do with anyone who doesn't want to be a part of us. Because if you had any love for yourself, then you wouldn't be putting your son, your black son,
my son isn't black.
in a position to where he's not going to be able to love himself.
No, he's half black. He's half black.
Oh, Lord.
Thank you.
So let's talk to the black half of the child that came out of you, the non-black you then. Okay? Let's do that. Is that specific enough for you? Is that specific enough? The answer is yes, and we're going to move on, okay?
No.
So that half of the black half of your child that came out of the non-black you, that is the child that needs to learn to love themselves, okay?
Well,
and that's something that you can't do.
Can we, whoa. I know feelings are running high, but I really want to hear the whole extent of both Starr and Willis's views. What do your family think of you saying that you would only date white women? Are they cool with that?
I have a mom and a sister who's actually, whatever makes you happy makes me happy.
Okay.
And we're along for the ride. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay, and let me ask you, Starr, your name, your birth name, you were born with the name Ebony.
Yes.
Why did you change?
I changed my name. Well, I didn't really change it. I just kind of switched around the order. Because all I used to hear growing up was Ebony and Ivory. I don't even know the rest of the freaking song.
It's a beautiful song about how people of both colors can get along.
I have never heard the rest of that song. No, never heard it. But that is all I heard.
But do you really, so you, it could look like anybody, you know, let's say celebrities or somebody, you know, I don't know. Who would you look like? Who would you choose to look like?
I want to look like me. I just want lighter skin. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Up next.
I hate my race and all the people from Desi community, and I'd rather be a white person myself. The lighter, the more beautiful you are.
Haters.
If it ain't white, it ain't right.
Today on Trisha.
Now, sitting in our audience is Shah. Where's Shah from Pakistan? Shah is right here. Now, Shah, you claim you hate your race. So can you stand up for us? Why do you hate your race?
Trisha, I'm from Pakistan. I hate my race and all the people from Desi community because the way I was teased, the way I was picked on while growing up over there because of my sexual preferences. I'm a not so openly gay man. Yeah. I always got picked on. Society didn't accept me.
Right.
At school, I used to get bullied 24/7. I had a very hard life growing up there. And I never felt like I'm part of that community anyway. I dressed differently. I was more flamboyant. I was out there. I wanted to look good. I wanted to be more Americanized even when I was over there.
So do you have lots of Pakistani friends now?
I don't actually. I try not to, associate with people from communities like Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, because I feel they're all hypocrites in a way that being a gay man, I have some preferences. Yeah. I'm allowed to lead the life the way I want to be, but they don't accept that. They totally deny it. They wish me I would go to hell, burn in hell. Very hard, very extremist.
So do you do things to change the color of your skin? Do you try to, because I'm looking at your skin, do you do some lightening there?
Absolutely.
You do?
Yeah, because the lighter, the more beautiful you are. And I'd rather be a white person myself. What my preferences call me crazy, but I like white.
So you understand? Thank you. Meaning?
Well, I mean, I believe if you're African American, still typically there's things that you do, like you said, the fried chicken thing. If it's the hood mentality. Always complaining about what you don't have, making up a whole bunch of excuses why you don't have a high school education or you don't have a GED.
You can't get a job.
Just
crazy.
It involves a whole lot of where you're
Willis, I'm confused. If that's the case, how come this lady, just stand up for me, has a degree? Gentleman up there has 2 degrees. This gentleman, can you stand up if you're African American? Stand up if you have degrees.
And those people that has those degrees, they have showed the lack amount of respect for this lady based on how she feels.
So Willis, you're saying that despite these people having gone to
the hood mentality.
It's the hood mentality. But Starr would never date a black man, so she doesn't respect you either.
No, hold on. Just because
That's the reason I do not date black women.
Just because I will not date him does not mean I do not have doesn't mean that I have less respect for him. I respect him as a person and as a man, as long as I get the same respect. It's just not my personal preference.
Let's take a break. Everybody in the audience, take a deep breath. We'll be right back. Coming up,
if Willis and this gentleman chooses to be with white women, I don't understand why do the black women and the community is taking it as a threat. Just embrace it. Embrace it.
When you have problems. You are the five.
Get off my stage.
Race haters.
If it ain't white, it ain't right.
Today on Trisha.
Welcome back. This has been a really contentious issue, and it's one of the reasons that this show, why I wanted to actually address it, because people don't talk about interracial dislike and what have you, and people disliking. It's a subject that needs to be dealt with.
For the people who won't say nothing. Because everybody look at every situation and,
Yeah, you definitely say enough for all of them,
you
don't
got
you?
some of the white people over here looking like,
yeah, but
what is she doing with him?
Just a
He's
minute.
gonna bring her down. Then you got the blacks over here, you trying to be black, man. There's a lot of people in the audience that ain't saying nothing but thinking it.
Yeah.
I'm the mouth for you.
Let's talk about, okay. So we've heard a lot of different views. We heard from Shah. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I definitely want to add to the fact that everybody has a right to have their own choice and likes and dislikes. If Willis and this gentleman chooses to be with white women, I don't understand why do the black women and the community is taking it as a threat. Just embrace it. Embrace it.
When you have problems,
something that they can't get. Embrace it.
You feel me?
What's interesting is people are saying all sorts of dire things will happen should the races mix. Now, and I asked before, was it about race or culture? It's interesting for me because England has one of the highest rates of interracial marriage and the lowest rates of aggression between. the largest group, expanding group in England are biracial children. Now, let me just share something. I've been married to a man married to him for 16 years, been together longer, thank you. I have 2 children, and one of my children has a boyfriend, and I think, here's a picture of the family. My husband's Australian Italian. I don't know, West Indian. I don't know where my father was from. My children are Australian, Italian, West Indian, and I think we've got another picture here of us on the... Now, here's us on the beach. You will see my husband, Australian, Italian, my daughter, who's, hey, we call ourselves the United Colours of Benetton. There's me, there's my daughter, and who's my daughter with? Her partner, who's a part of the family, her boyfriend, is half Indian, half British. Okay, so we are completely mixed. Now, you say that, trust me, your children will find a problem with identity. And my children, to be honest, they say, the black kids say we're too white, the Asian kids say you are Asian, and, hang on, let me finish, Chris, and you know, and the white kids say, are we part of them? They have children, the friends of every colour, they speak 3 languages, we all believe in the world being one place and speaking and learning as many languages. They have, one's doing a university degree in psychology, the other one has a very high degree in English. And their mission is to dispel some of the absolute we've heard today. And in case, watch this. One last picture. I want to end with this picture, in case you think this is some newfangled thing. In 1957 in England, when there were race riots, my parents got together, not my birth father, but the person who became my stepfather took me on in race riots, had to move and brought us up to not see colour because it kills and it destroys. And this is my family. And you say, Starr, that you had a hard time. I went to a school, a rural school in England, where I was greeted at the steps with the N-word. I was beaten up every single...
Me too. Me too.
Me too. But you know what? I decided to rise above that and bring my children up to be multiracial, to spread the messages.
Exactly.
It's what's on the inside.
Wrong with me doing that. You don't have black children.
Oh, I don't care what colour my children are. I'm
Nobody
black.
else should care what colour my children are.
Yes,
what
but my
choose to do
kids
either.
go to Kentucky Fried Chicken whenever they want.
They can. They should. It's just not healthy. It's unhealthy. It's unhealthy. I just don't want to promote that unhealthiness in my kids.
We're going to take a break and we'll be back. Up next, this DNA test blurs the lines of racial division.
Wow, that is way different than I thought I was.
A little shock.
It's shocking.
Race haters.
If it ain't white, it ain't right.
Today on Trisha.
Welcome back. Well, we've just heard from some controversial people who admit they judge others strictly by the colour of their skin. And this got me thinking, how many of us truly know the full range of our ethnic backgrounds?
Well, today we've given some of our staff and audience members a DNA test that can determine their true ethnic heritage. Anyone can be a combination of European, East Asian, Indigenous American or Sub-Saharan African.
Before we reveal their results, I'd like to introduce Dr. Michael Baird from the DNA Diagnostic Centre. What exactly is a heritage test?
It looks at your heritage going back tens of thousands of years.
It's time to find out where our test subjects really come from.
Let's start with Ashli.
Wow, I am 60% European, 22% Indigenous American, 13% Sub-Saharan African,
wow,
and 5% East Asian.
Wow.
So that is way different than I thought I was.
Christine, what do you believe you are?
Well, I think I'm 100% Korean. Yeah, I was born in Korea. My parents are Korean. So
Okay, open it up.
I am 91% East Asian, 8% Indigenous American, 1% Sub-Saharan African, and 0% European.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm a little shocked.
Okay, so Brittany, what do you think you are?
I believe I am African American and probably Native American. I
Go on.
I am 75% Sub-Saharan African and 25% European.
What do you find shocking about that?
Because I don't look like I have European in me. It's shocking.
Carlos, what do you believe you are?
No, my dad is Portuguese, but my mom, I don't know if she is.
So let's find out.
Okay, so I am 75% European, 23% Sub-Saharan African, 2% East Asian.
Oh.
And 1% blonde.
It's interesting, isn't it? We've just done a show about people discriminating purely on the few cells that happen to cover the outside of our bodies. But if everybody has Sub-Saharan African in them, it's the old thing of pointing one finger and three fingers pointing back at you.
Indeed. When you get right down to the basics, we're a lot more alike than we think.
Amen to that.